and welcome to Attack of the Bee Movie. I'm Nicholas B. Church, joined today by Midori Church.
Hi!
And what this is basically going to be a quick overview of what is classified as B movies. Most of them going to probably be horror movies, sci-fi movies, and maybe a few comedies wrapped up in there. But for today, our movie of the week is Last Shift.
Sanford Police Department.
Help me. Do you want to get out of here alive? In the arms of my master, my king.
I'm not ashamed of what I do.
For the longest time, we're going to start this off, we're going to talk about the poster. And what I'd like to talk about the poster is, for the longest time I thought it said Lost Shift. By the way, most of these movies are going to be able to be found on Netflix. Not a sponsor, hashtag. Not a sponsor. Most of them are going to be found on Netflix because it's littered. It is littered with B movies.
Oh yeah.
It's a flood of crap. But the B in a B movie will generally stand for bad, but that is not the case today. So we're going to the poster. For the longest time I thought it said Lost Shift, because it seriously looks like an O. Like, I'm having this on screen so you don't freak out. Post. So... but I thought it was an O, so I was like, we would be going through movies, and I was like, you want to watch a movie? Yeah, it's like, well, how about Lost Shift? And I'm like, man, that is a shitty name for the longest time. But no, it's Last Shift. It was directed by Anthony. I cannot say this name.
I can't say it.
I'm going to put it on screen.
Balducci?
Balducci.
I don't know.
DeBlassi. I think it's Italian. Ooh, I bet it sounds saucy when you say it right. DeBlassi.
I just feel like I can't. Anthony, I'm sorry, dude.
I'm sorry.
Can't say your
You'll
last
never
name.
see this video. But DeBlassi. It was written or directed by Anthony DeBlassi and written by Anthony DeBlassi and also Scott Poley. I think I'm saying that name right. I don't know, but both the names will be on screen. Look them up. And so let's talk about the alternate title to this, because I was looking for the poster. It turns out there actually is an alternate title to the Last Shift. It is Paimon, the King of Hell.
Well,
I think that's a good. It's really tasty.
But you gotta think of it this way. On the poster, it says. Can you switch it to the actual one?
There you go.
It says a haunting, a masterpiece in fear and dread, and all hell, the King of Hell.
It's true, but a haunting masterclass in whatever. It's words. Now. The poster, like the main poster that is on Netflix and everything, the one you're gonna see, is very haunting. It's not bad. It's not bad. Like in terms of like, it almost seems kind of A-rated. Now the thing that makes it a B movie is the seal of quality down there on the right hand corner. That kind of makes me go, I haven't had great luck with Magnet. But seal of quality. Truly. Now, the description is... She's alone guarding an empty police station until hazardous materials are removed. If only she knew... if only she... Like, this is really far away. If only she had known the truth. That is the worst description of what we walked into ever.
Yeah.
An empty police station. This is correct. Until hazardous materials are removed.
I wouldn't call those hazardous.
No, until the gates of freaking hell were opened up.
Oh, yeah.
And if only she had known the truth.
Hey, to be fair...
That one is kind of true.
To be fair, they tried to explain it to her in the movie.
Yeah. This is the kind of movie where if things weren't completely popping off, it would have been really obvious what would have happened. Oh, yeah. But it kept you so engrossed.
Well, it was very, like, there were jump scares,
yeah,
but there weren't really jump scares.
Because you weren't expecting them.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, there are a few scenes that are just like, did you see that?
Yeah.
You know, kind of thing. It's not just jump scares. It's not what you think of when you see Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, like Paranormal Activity is a good example. Like, you know, you're walking in knowing what it's gonna be. And this one is, an empty police station until hazardous materials are removed. No, see, basically, let's start out. Her name is a police officer named Lauren. It's her first gig as a police officer, and she's guarding an empty police station. Everything's been moved to another police station, and she's completely alone in this place. So there's supposed to be some people who, that's gonna come in there like a bug removal service or something like that, and they're blah blah blah. You know, a little bit of exposition. And then stuff kind of starts happening. It's a little haunted house feeling. I was making fun of it at first.
Yeah.
And then literally out of nowhere, I found myself like emotionally and physically invested in this movie. Oh. I was like, when did this become a AAA horror movie?
Well, and you know what? You got to think of it this way. B movies are not always bad.
Yeah, B sometimes stands for better.
Yeah, I mean...
I have to say.
We've ran into a few that have just blown it out of the water. And you would never have guessed it by the name or what it looks like.
Yeah, you know, I mean, honestly, it's like I had never heard of this movie until I just stumbled upon it on Netflix. But, so anyway, the actress who plays Lauren, I should have looked it up because I think I'm in love. Truly. Is a fantastic actress. You can feel the emotion and everything. I was really surprised about her. And see, I would really like to talk about all the other actors that are in here, but really, you're just kind of left with her for the longest time. Excuse me, there's a cat that made her way into the recording room. So anyway, you're left with her for like the longest time, and all these. And I mean, there are other people, but their parts are real quick, you know.
Well, and you don't invest yourself in them like you do her. She is the main character, so she's supposed to be.
Yeah, they did a fantastic job casting this girl. And just her whole everything, you know, it has a great arc to it. And not only that, you really do become invested with her. You feel like you're there with her, like, see behind that corner? Man, you better take your gun out. You know?
Yeah, there are a few times that I was yelling at the screen saying, you should do this and you should do that. And
yeah,
she did none of it.
Did none of it. But anyway, so a little bit later, there's a hobo. Which, like, what?
Yeah, I never quite figured out why that plot point was there, except to give it exposition.
But there was none to be had. You think, oh man, it was a red herring. I have to say, no spoiler in this, honestly, because I'm literally just saving you brain cells. There's this hobo who somehow gets into this place, literally... does something, you know, pisses her off, and she throws him in the thing. That's when the crazy stuff really starts to happen. But you really feel like this guy is here for a reason.
I think he kind of was. I think he was kind of there. Well, because there was a part that didn't make sense, and then it kind of did with the boots. I mean...
It kinda, but I mean, okay, basically there's this whole like little signifying thing that he had been in the police station before. But later on in the movie, you actually see other people who have been in there before too. But like, what? What?
Yeah.
It was dumb. All right, so I'm moving on. Enough about this hobo. Enough about this hobo. Anyway, so the movie continues on, and you start learning that her father actually served in this police station too. Honestly, no spoiler, because I think it's even said in like the first like 2 minutes of the movie. But her father did die, and then he didn't get to see her graduate. The police academy and everything, all super sad. And then, but there is they called them like the fake Mansons, the Payman group, and I think might be one reason why they changed the title.
I think that's probably why, because you can't just, after what happened with the Mansons, it's just
Well, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about like it was just kind of a spoiler in my opinion. It was like it was a great poster though. I do have to say, like, I'm super into movie posters, and that poster, the Payman King of Hell posters, were fantastic. Anyway,
got his rocks off.
Oh, man, it was so good. Anyway, so like there's this group of people that are called the Paymans. They did something awful, similar ergo to the Mansons. 3 of them were captured. John Michael Payman, who is the leader, was captured, and then with 2 other of his subjects. Concubine subjects.
Concubines.
He probably diddled them.
Oh.
He diddled them. Let's be honest. And then some stuff went down in the police station. And a little hocus pocus, a little bit of reading between the lines later, and you're left with a really good, confusing horror movie.
Yeah.
This is one of those movies. Correct me if I'm wrong. But like halfway through, you're like, the ending better not suck. The ending better not suck.
And you know what? The ending, for me, it did suck.
And for me, it didn't.
I thought that was a cop-out ending. It just had to be a cop-out ending. And that's what I feel.
I didn't feel like it was. No spoilers.
It was a cop-out ending for me.
Easy. All right, so I wasn't necessarily disappointed. She was. I say it was okay. Like I wasn't in love. I'm not married to the ending.
It was a cop-out.
It wasn't a cop-out though. I thought it was actually pretty well done. It was something that you have to at least agree. There's something that you don't normally see.
No, that is true. You don't.
I feel like if like I said in the beginning, if you pay attention, if this movie didn't suck you in so hard, you could have called it easily.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Like when it happened, I was just like, oh, well, duh, And I was just like, because the whole time I'm just like, what is going on? Like, is this happening? Like, is this? Because I will say too is that it's like, I don't know if I should say it. But it's just like, it's one of those movies that really makes you question reality.
Yeah, and it really does. I mean, there were points where even she was
questioning it, and I loved
this isn't real.
that.
This isn't real. And
and I was like, I love that, because how many horror movies do you see where it's just like, they just like, blood from the walls, this is real. It's whatever.
And then the black guy gets killed first.
It's usually what happens. And like with this one, she was just like, stuff got super real. And she was like, I'm not sure if this is actually happening.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
well, and
there was one really good jump scare in there where it got me so bad, because like jump scares, like, almost, I mean, they kind of make me go like, ew, or something like that. But like movies like don't get me, don't get the blood flowing anymore, really. It's just like, and so, but there was one part in it where I was just like, that is Oscar-winning material. I was like one of those like freakouts where you're so freaked out, like you like forget how to move, like a deer in a headlight kind of thing, where you see it and you're just like, and you're just like, it was super good. But overall, I keep thinking it's Lost Shift.
It's last.
That movie poster sucks.
Yeah, they needed to
Except
it's actually the movie poster though in itself is pretty cool. I mean,
it is pretty
the
cool.
lettering is pretty cool, and with
and then it's got the pentagram. It's supposed to be an A. I get it, but I really thought it was lost.
When I saw the movie poster, I actually thought that we were gonna go into something like Silent Hill because of the picture on it.
I mean, you're not wrong.
And then when you read the description, you're like, how does that correlate to? That doesn't make sense. Okay,
and
sure,
then you're like, oh, okay, like I'm getting it. But yeah, let's see. On a rating system of 1 to 5, I would give Last Shift 4 peeing hobos out of 5.
I'd give it 3 bloody hands out of 5. I mean, it was good. It was a good one. But the ending for me just killed it because it was so invested, and then it just
But see, you also have to realize too. This is a B movie rating. So a 5 is in a AAA movie world. For a B movie is like a 3. A perfect 5. In B movie world is actually like a 3 in AAA movie world. So take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this one was a little bit longer than I was kind of thinking, it could be or should be. But we did kind of explain some things and everything and just kind of see what people think, like a little bit more humor, a little less humor, a little bit more information, a little less information. Whatever it is, float your boat, let us know. But yeah, no, overall, Last Shift, I do have to say, for horror movie fans, it is a must-see. I would say that, especially, like I said, pretty much all these movies that we're going to review and stuff are going to be on Netflix. I just want to make that kind of clear, because it's like if you got Netflix, you ain't going to have to go looking for them.
Well, unless I own it in my horror collection. Yeah,
or... I mean, I do want to do more obscure movies, but for the time being, definitely kind of want to try to stay in the Netflix realm, try to get, because it's I feel like if people are like, oh, hey, this is on Netflix, it's that would draw me into it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. If you are a true horror fan, 8 Films to Die For.
Is pretty. That is literally the B movie. It's
they're never shown in theater ever.
Yeah. Alright, so, but yeah, that's our review of The Last Shift. Might stay and talk for a minute, so if you like this, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, hey, thumbs down at no guilt-free. Pass it around. We'll try to do this every week, have a little movie thing. But yeah, thank you for watching. We might talk just a little bit longer, but if you want to leave, hey, go right ahead. Or unless you want to see these guns. These guns!
Nick, no one wants to see that.
I hurt my neck.